Get away from her, you bitch!
Hey guys, hope you are going well. So I am sitting down today doing my most anticipated movies for 2018. I did this video for the first time last year and had so much fun putting it together and researching all the movies that were coming out, doing all the trailers and just like getting excited for the year ahead of movies. As much as I do love the feeling, although it is rare for me nowadays, where you walk into a movie like completely blind and just get to experience it on a like more pure level, like as it was intended, with no preconceived notions or ideas or marketing trailers giving away little bits of plot points. You get to just experience it raw. I do love that. But let's be real, I also love the hype. I love getting excited about movies coming out. We have a lot of sequels, a lot of continuations of franchises to talk about, so let's get stuck into it. All right, let's get started with number 10, and this is Black Panther, another standalone superhero movie off the back of the wider franchise. We first saw Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther back in Captain America Civil War, and we're pretty wowed by his presence, and I'm very excited to see Black Panther. This one is directed by Ryan Coogler, who did Creed, which was phenomenal, so I have pretty solid expectations that this is going to be pretty special. I've also heard the filmmakers say that the story is more like a family drama and it's centralized in that respect, which I think is cool. So we've got a superhero movie meets The Godfather meets 007. I'm pretty on board. Next up, it is Ocean's 8. I don't think that this one is in many people's top 10 anticipated movies, but damn it, I'm gonna put it in mine. I am really excited to see this all-female reboot, or is it just like an all-female sequel? Is that the more proper way to put it? I'm just excited to see these like amazing female cast take on a clever heist film. Cate Blanchett, one of my all-time favorites. We've got Sandra Bullock, Rihanna, Sarah, what's her name? Sarah Paulson. I just think, oh, Mindy Kaling is in there as well. I just think it is going to be awesome to see all these women together in an ensemble heist film. I think it's going to be badass awesome. I have really strong expectations for it, so I just hope that it is not too clever for its own good. I hope that they just go straight, like, cool heist, keep it true, keep it simple, and those characters, those performances will just play through the whole thing. It'll be awesome. Next up, I'm gonna throw a wild card in the mix. I'm gonna bring it back Australia side. It is the Australian thriller film set in 1825 called The Nightingale. This one is directed by Jennifer Kent, who debuted her feature film The Babadook in 2014, which was a horror film, and everyone just absolutely loved that film, myself included, and I am really excited to see what she does next. I heard that Jennifer Kent got all these like offers to do all these big studio films, all these like really cool, bigger budgeted projects, and wanted to instead focus on writing and directing her own project, which is The Nightingale. We have Sam Claflin, who has been cast in one of the lead roles. I'm not a huge fan of him. I'm not really into his acting or what I've seen of him so far in The Hunger Games, in Pirates, so not super convinced on him. But it is set, like I said, in 1825 in Tasmania in the penal colony system, which, as you know, Australia is founded on convicts. My ancestor was a convict, booted out of the UK and sent to Australia as a prisoner. This is true. I love that white Australia started as like the world's dumping ground of undesirable people. Well, you know what? Nearly 200 years later, since the penal colony system, we're not doing so bad. At number 7, we have Marvel's film Ant-Man and the Wasp. I loved the first Ant-Man movie. I thought Paul Rudd was so hilariously, awesomely cast, and Ant-Man itself just was a genuinely really fun superhero movie. So I'm really excited to see Ant-Man 2, to see It also not titled Ant-Man 2, it's titled Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is his partner Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. So I think that's also really bold that they've titled it that, so they're equal parts. The specifics of the plot are pretty tight-lipped. We don't have a trailer as yet, but it seems like it's just going to be a new mission embarked upon by Ant-Man and the Wasp from Hank Pym, and awesomeness ensues. Number 6 is one of the hard hitters of the year. It's Steven Spielberg out with Ready Player One, this sci-fi virtual reality type world where you can put on your virtual reality mask and go into an alternate universe, the Oasis, and escape from life in the real world. I'm not super convinced. I didn't love the trailer. I think that it's a really cool concept, and Steven Spielberg, I do feel like we're in pretty safe hands. Ty Sheridan, the lead, is great. I've loved him in all his work as a child actor. He's done some really incredible work, so I'm excited to see him as the lead. And most importantly, Ben Mendelsohn, the Aussie actor, is doing the kind of, I guess, villain role. Maybe, possibly, it's a little bit unclear, but he usually plays a bad guy and he does it very well. So Ready Player One, yeah, I think it's safe to say this one's gonna be solid. At number 5, it's Sicario 2: Soldado, and the first Sicario, written by Taylor Sheridan and directed by Denis Villeneuve, starring Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro, totally floored me about the Mexican cartel and just the politics involved in the war against drugs between America and Mexico and those borders and the people that man those borders. It's just an ongoing real world situation, and how they handled it in Sicario was mind-blowingly incredible. I absolutely adored that film. Now, Soldado, or Sicario 2, doesn't have the same director. Denis Villeneuve is not coming back. Emily Blunt's not coming back. And I don't think Roger Deakins, cinematographer, is coming back either. Nonetheless, I've seen the new trailer for it. We've still got Josh Brolin. We've still got Benicio. And oh my gosh, in the trailer, there's a moment where Benicio is like pointing his gun, ready to execute somebody. And then he starts like using his finger as the trigger and just like going back and forth, like shooting this guy. So menacing. I think this one's gonna be pretty great. Next up at number 4, it is The Quiet Place, which has the tagline, "If they can't see you, they can't hunt you." And the trailer is my favorite trailer for an anticipated movie coming out this year. The trailer is fantastic. This one is directed by John Krasinski and stars John Krasinski and his wife in real life, and also his on-screen wife, Emily Blunt. It looks very like kind of indie cool, where this family are living in a cottage and they can't make any noise, so they have to communicate using sign language, using like signs in order to communicate with each other, because if they do make noise, some sort of undisclosed creature could come and get them. Looks extremely tense and nail-biting, and I am super excited for this one. Number 3 is a bit of an obvious one. It's Solo, a Star Wars story. Of course, Star Wars had to make it into my top 10 list. How could it not? Because this is a standalone anthology film, I'm not going to talk about what I thought of The Last Jedi, but talking about Rogue One as a standalone, I thought that was really successful and enjoyed that. So I'm really curious about Solo. I love the casting for who Han Solo is going to be. His name is Aldrin Elric. No, that's not right. Alden Ehrenreich. Anyway, apart from not being able to say his name, I think that he has been well cast. I don't know yet. It's really hard to say. I think that with a movie like this, so much depends on it being cast right. They are big shoes to fill, Harrison Ford's shoes as Han Solo. So to see a young Han, yeah, it has to be done right. The other reason I'm a little bit concerned about this movie is that because the original directors, Phil Lloyd and Christopher Miller, were booted off, which was kind of sudden and strange, and instead Ron Howard has come on board. I think it's got a great shot as long as Alden Ehrenreich is a good Han, then I think that's 50% of the work done. At number 2, it is Annihilation. This one I am so excited for because it is directed by Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina, my favorite movie of 2015. So to see what he does next, I am holding my breath excited. Natalie Portman is a biologist, and it seems to be that there is another world trapped inside this spherical dome type situation. I don't know how to explain it, but you cross the boundary into this domed world and nature is all messed up. Natalie Portman looks awesome in the trailers. You've got Jennifer Jason Leigh and Oscar Isaacs in there too. So I think this is going to be freaking awesome. I cannot wait for this. Lastly, but not leastly, this one I feel is a super obvious pick, but it just had to be my number 1, and that is Avengers Infinity War. We're picking up the story from the end of Thor Ragnarok, and shit's going down. We've got Thanos, the villain, who is collecting all those Infinity Stones on his glove, and the trailer looks awesome. Captain America is sporting a beard. I am all about bearded Captain America. I think it is a great look for him, and this movie just, it's going to be awesome. There are so many characters. We've also finally got the Cross, so Guardians of the Galaxy, those characters are coming in to make an appearance. There's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be very difficult to give all the characters the screen time they deserve. So it could be quite messy with a lot of characters, a lot of heroes trying to get the most screen time possible. So I'm not really sure, but I have heard the Russo brothers have said that Thanos is a very complex villain. So I'm hoping that he's not just brute strength, that he has got more to him and he's a more interesting villain. I think that Marvel do struggle in their villain characters in general by just making them overarching evil bad guys without any sort of rhyme or reason. Guys, that's it. We're done. They are my top anticipated movies for 2018. There's so many more, of course, but there are some of my favorites that I'm really looking forward to. I can't wait. Like I said, I think it's going to be a big year of movies, a lot of sequels, a lot of franchises continuing, so very excited. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to my channel here and keep up to date with all things movies and TV. Do as well click the little bell icon and stay notified every time that I post a new video. Comment down below, let me know what movies you are most looking forward to this year. Which ones did I miss out? Which ones are your favorites? Do let me know. What about TV as well? I just had the thought just then that I didn't even touch on all the great TV that is coming out this year. Whew, there is a lot to see. That is it from me, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.